So let me give y'all a stock tip, but it's not really a stock tip. It's a cryptocurrency tip. So there's this cryptocurrency, and I got in on it 2 weeks ago, and it already went up $1,000. And the reason this crypto is going up because they just started talking about it on the news and all, and people just found out about it. And what's happening with crypto? The name of it's Shiba Inu. See, what's happening with crypto? Here's what's happening with the whole picture. I'm gonna give you the whole picture. You can actually foresee the future with all the data points. So if you look what they did with this recent outbreak and what they did with all the companies trying to get everybody on telechat, remote chat on their video, Microsoft and all them, and now Facebook's going into the metaverse, and you saw how they're trying to raise their gas prices and get everybody from traveling as much, and then also they gave people free money. So they're changing the capitalistic society. They're still going to have capitalism, but they're also going to have socialism. But they're moving away from you moving around and traveling to putting you in a box, putting you in a little cube box, 666 cube box. That's what's happening. So as they move you to the cube and they move you to a 3D metaverse, virtual reality, they're going to be trading these cryptocurrencies as their digital coin, because you're going to go in here and you're going to create a digital product, just like Second Life. Second Life and I haven't even looked at the other one. What was the name of it? All these, you're going to have your own universe online. You're going to be able to create your own universe, and other people are going to jump universes, get into your universe, the stuff that you've created. If they like it, you can charge entrance, charge money to get in, charge money to create your own little store or whatever. And so it's going to be holographic, it's going to be multiverse, and you're going to have your own little world. And not only is it going to be a world within the computer, but it's also going to be, you're going to be in it, because it's going to be submersive. It's going to be all around you. And then they're going to have they had that one thing where people would go over here and on their GPS and they would get points or whatever. So what they're doing is they're creating a holographic multiverse cryptocurrency as the exchange, because it's instant, right? And it's a blockchain, another cube. They call it blockchain because it's a cube. The cube is the 666 flesh mind, right? So all their creations, man's going deeper and deeper into the grave, into the womb, into the cube. And so man is going down. And so we're still here. The saints, the born-again saints are still here. So you might as well use your wisdom and your knowledge and your prophetic gift. Every saint has a prophetic gift. And so as you're sitting here watching what's going on, they're moving towards not only the 666 mark of the beast on your hand and forehead, but you're actually going to be in it. It's going to be all around you as a metaverse holographic cube. Let me put this on pause 1 second. So it's going to be see, the devil's trying to copy God, omnipresent, omniscient, they already know everything anyway. So, like right here, there might be a holographic projection about what's happening in front of me to the left. They're moving away from gas, they're moving to digital and electric. And so everything's moving towards the 666 machine man, and they're going to have AI, and most of the trading companies now use AI trading software. The AI trading software is pretty much running everything. There's a AI computer running pretty much everything. I'm pretty sure of it, because everything that you do, how is it possible that everything that you do to get ahead gets hindered? Even if you take up your cross, even if you fast, even if they always come at you. Now you can overcome. See, the whole system's to wear out the saints. And you might think, well, these people are creating this metaverse for people, for the humans so they don't have to work and all that. No, that's not what they're doing. They're making you more of a slave. They're creating a slave box that you're begging for. People are begging for it. And just like the computers, people got tired of the computers. They're tired of their cell phone. They're tired of being on the internet. I've heard people a lot of times, eventually you'll get tired of the music. If you grow spiritually, you'll get tired of the music. You'll get tired of the movies, the TV. You'll get tired of the noise. You just want to sit down and meditate eventually. Because out here is the same stuff. There's nothing new. What fun? The only really work is fun. You know, if you have a certain kind of job or career that you enjoy, that's pretty much what you need to be doing. You can invest in this stuff, but I'm telling you, here's what's going to happen. There's going to be virtual reality. There's going to be headsets. There's going to be a hologram. There's multiverse. There's going to be CAD programs where they can build a house without even a human doing it, and it just digitally, you do it on the computer, and the machine will come out here. The machine will come out here, or it might be built in a factory. So the machine will just start using a CAD program. It's just going to melt the material, metal or whatever it is, plastic, and they're going to build a house with a machine. And it's just going to be going back and forth and just making the house right there. My point is, they're getting rid of the human doing the work. Now, it's going to be hard to get rid of all work by humans, because humans are going to, but they're trying to move the human to behind the computer, designing and doing CAD work and all that. And this 3D printer, so they would design that house, use a 3D printer, and print the house in a warehouse or whatever. They could actually do the concrete. They could have a machine that comes over here, it 3D prints and builds the house right there on the spot, the concrete and everything. A 3D printer that builds a house, and that's what they're doing. And so it's sad. It's sad that you can see it. You can see all the data points tell you that they're moving man into a smaller and smaller box, and they don't want you to travel, and they want you to connect to the machine, the AI. They want you to be AI machine man, and they want to make you where you're not strong. They want to take away your ability to reason, to think. That's why all the cognitive dissonance in the last year. They will say one thing and say something else, and they don't care. They're contradicting themselves, lying through their teeth, but they don't even care, because they're training you to get used to cognitive dissonance, two things that are opposite agreeing, which is not possible. If they're contrary, I mean, somebody's lying, right? And so that's what they're trying to do, is mess with your mind, mess with your soul, messing with your body. They're trying to turn you into a slave to the AI machine. And it's happening. And all the data points point to it. So whatever kind of job you do, whether you're doing electrical, heating and air, women can do some sewing or whatever. And whatever you can do with your hands, do it. And stay strong. See, they're trying to make you weak. That's why they're feeding you with sugar, carbohydrates. They're attacking you. You're attacking your mental. They're attacking you spiritually. They're attacking you physically. They're drugging you up with stuff that's not real. The problem is sugar. The problem is not exercising. The problem is listening to the news, the bad news. See, what goes in your ear gate and your eye gate, if it's negative, then you're going to reproduce. See, they want the AI machine to reproduce after its kind, but they don't want you doing it, you know. Have a go. So yeah, I had somebody wanting to do some work at one of my houses, and so I had to put it on pause. Sorry about that. So here's what's happening. You know, a prophet's not known in his own hometown. I could tell these people right across the street, this guy here who does work for me, neighbors, I could tell bloodline, I could tell somebody at work, and they just won't hear me. A prophet's not known in his own hometown. It's the same with you. If you're saved, no matter where you're at, you can see something and you can reveal some deep spiritual truth, and they won't listen. It blows your ever-living mind. But there's nothing new under the sun, right? So what's happening is they're attacking your body, soul, spirit. They're attacking your will, your emotions, your intellect. They're attacking you with sugar. They're attacking you with contradictions. They're attacking you with media, with their music. All their music is Illuminati music. I don't care if it's rock and roll. I don't care if it's rap. I don't care if it's pop music. I don't care if it's country. It's all mind control to keep you into lower level base nature. And so all their TV shows, it's all just a repeat cycle. When you've seen one show, you've seen them all because it's all the sine wave. It's nothing new. And so you'd be better off cutting off all the noise, controlling your own thoughts, because they want you listening to other people, like the fake Hollywood actors and actresses. They all are fake. They just compromise with the system. Most everybody has compromised with the system that you listen to online. If they're on a talk show online, if they're popular, they compromise. Now there's some YouTube people that are popular that haven't compromised, but they can't say certain things. They can't say certain things because YouTube will block them. So my point is, the censorship, they're trying to turn it into, they use other nations like China and North Korea and South Korea, and they use other nations to test this system. And the system is moving you more and more into a smaller and smaller box. And it's not just a physical box that's getting smaller. It's a spiritual, it's a mental, everything is to move you down into a partial mindset. Instead of seeing the whole and being whole, they want you in pieces. That's why they do what they do, because they want you in pieces and not in wholeness. Because when you get to wholeness, you don't need their noise, you don't need their TV, you don't need their music, you don't need their news, you don't need anything, because you know it's the same. You already know what's going to happen tomorrow because it already happened before. There's nothing new. All this, you can invest in one stock. You can invest in one penny stock and know how all the penny stocks are going. You can invest in one solid stock and know how it's going to act. And you can invest in one growth stock and know how it's going to act. And so there's only certain things that can happen. And so once you've invested, after a few years, you see the game. They're manipulating every season. They'll let a stock go down, and they'll buy it, and then it'll go up, and then they'll make a bunch of money. I'm talking about the big boys. They manipulate the stock market. And so what's happening is, when you see this game, and you see through it all, there's a hidden hand, and it's either an AI machine. We know it's the devil, and the devil's the AI too, but it's a spiritual AI with the devil. But it's either an AI machine, or it's a bunch of people tied to hearing demons. They're listening to demons, and they're putting it in the computer, and the computer is agreeing with the demon. And so they're making these decisions, and they're doing tests. This is all a test. They're sending out tests to test the population. And so they're seeing how you're going to respond, whether it's a pandemic or whether it's a hurricane or whatever it is. They can manipulate the weather. I mean, all this stuff they're doing to get you in fear, so that you'll beg for. See, the devil can't make you take the mark of the beast. He has to get you to beg for it. Because man has a free will. The devil had a free will. The Freemasons know that they can't force you, because they'll say, here's the Freemasons. If you need anything, just ask. If you want to join, just ask. They can't make you. But if you want to, you see what I'm saying? The devil can't make you follow him. But if you want to, they're trying to make you want it. So all the computers and all the digital and all going deeper down, they're making mankind beg for it. We need you to go into your cell phone and your computer and be stuck in that little world. And as you're stuck in that world, you're getting weaker because you're not doing any physical work, you know. You can't put a post hole in the ground. You can't build something. Your body needs resistance to stay strong. Your body's 70% water, so you know it's going to be hard to hurt yourself doing some work, you know, unless you're lifting something too heavy. But what I'm saying is, work is good for you. It builds muscle. Cleaning a house is good for you. The women. Breaking a sweat is good for you. You know, it's actually good for you. It's doing a fasting, it's good for you. You actually fast every day. When you sleep, you get up and you break fast. You eat breakfast because you're breaking a fast. The words reveal it all. And so they're trying to make man into a little clay blob, sitting behind a computer screen and creating their own little universe. And they're going to think they're gods, because some people might create a universe when they become millionaires and billionaires, but they're going to worship themselves, which is what the devil wants. And as they go down that spiral and they don't worship God, they worship themselves, they're going to end up burning in hell forever. And the smoke of their torment will rise forever. This tire on this car's been flat forever. It keeps going flat. Now, why don't the guy go get some fix a flat? Or all he has to do is put the plug in there and to solve the problem. Why is he doing that? The reason he's doing it is because he don't want his wife to be traveling around. He don't care if that thing's flat, because it makes her stay stable. It's the only thing. He knows. He painted that whole house. He knows how to work. So there's always a hidden motive with these people. The flesh creatures, the narcissists, there's always a hidden agenda. They don't do things just like they say it face to face. You know, this is what I'm doing. There's a hidden motive. They'll say something, but there's an ulterior motive behind it. That's the way they live their whole life. They get some kind of weird satisfaction about keeping secrets and duper's delight and stuff like that. They're sick. They're really sick. And so anyway, if you want to invest in this crypto, do Shiba, because it's going up like crazy. The digital currency is where we're going, and you can see it as clear as ice. As clear as all get out. You can see that they're moving towards a digital currency. And the governments would have already stopped it, but they want to use this as an experiment. They're doing it on purpose.